I need to begin by warning you, this story may leave you stunned. What happened to me that night changed the course of my life forever. Never in my worst dreams did I imagine sitting across from my wife at a family dinner, only to hear words that would rip apart everything I believed about our marriage. It all started like an ordinary Sunday evening. My family gathered around the table. My parents, my brother, and my wife. The air was filled with laughter, warmth, and the comfort of routine. On the surface, everything appeared normal, calm, even joyful. But in an instant, the atmosphere shifted. Midway through the meal, she laughed a little too hard and casually said something that made my heart stop. She joked about being involved with my brother. I froze in shock. At first, I convinced myself I must have misheard her. I gave a nervous chuckle, praying it was nothing more than a joke. But the smirk on her face told me otherwise. She didn't back down. She pushed further, tossing out suggestive remarks that made my stomach twist. The blood drained from my face while the rest of the table either laughed awkwardly or sat in silence, confused. I tried to dismiss it, to act like it was meaningless, but inside I was boiling. How could she humiliate me in front of my own family? My parents looked horrified, my brother visibly uncomfortable, and I was drowning in a wave of betrayal so sharp it felt physical. This wasn't humor. This was a violation, a wound cut open for everyone to see. When dinner ended, I pulled her aside. I demanded an explanation. Why say something so cruel? Why cross a line so deeply personal? She brushed it off, shrugging like it was harmless, insisting I was overreacting. That was the exact moment I realized our marriage no longer had trust. This wasn't a simple joke, it was disrespect, disregard, and betrayal all wrapped together. My heart pounded as I sat there, realizing the life I had built was collapsing in front of me. I loved her once. I had built dreams with her. Our lives were intertwined in every way. And yet, in that single moment, everything felt fragile, ready to crumble. My mind spiraled. Was this really just teasing? Or was there truth hiding beneath her words? I didn't wait to find out. I told her calmly but firmly, our marriage was over. I couldn't stay with someone who would degrade me like that. I asked her to pack her things. That night, I ended the marriage I once believed was unbreakable. The days that followed were some of the darkest I've ever endured. Heartache, fury, and disbelief collided in my chest, keeping me awake at night. Friends tried to comfort me, but most couldn't grasp how one joke destroyed a marriage. But it wasn't just the joke, it was the pattern it revealed. It showed me her lack of respect, her lack of loyalty, her lack of love. As I reflected, I came to a painful but clear truth. I deserved better. I deserved someone who honored the bond we shared, someone who wouldn't dare make light of betrayal, let alone with my own brother. The realization didn't erase the pain, but it gave me direction. The first week after announcing the divorce was unbearable. Seeing her move through the house, boxing up her things as though nothing had shifted, was surreal. Every photo, every object felt tainted. I replayed that dinner in my head endlessly, her laugh, her smirk, the way my parents looked at me. And then it hit me, she had tested me. Maybe consciously, maybe not, but I had passed the test. I chose dignity. I chose self-respect. Slowly, I began rebuilding my life. I threw myself into work, into passions I had set aside, into time with people who truly cared. Little by little, I healed. And with that healing came lessons. Marriage is not sustained by love alone. It requires boundaries, respect, and trust. Without those, love rots. Even a single careless comment can reveal cracks in the foundation. When I look back now, I feel anger, yes, but also relief. Relief that I didn't waste years pretending, relief that I acted when I needed to. Ending a marriage is never simple. There are always shared memories, tangled lives, and painful attachments. But sometimes the only way to preserve peace and dignity is to cut ties without hesitation. My story isn't just about my wife or my brother. It's about the choices we face when betrayal stares us in the eye. It's about standing up for yourself when someone crosses the line. And it's about realizing that no matter how much love you feel, love without trust is nothing. I share this because I know many of you carry scars from betrayal too. Whether through infidelity, toxic relationships, or emotional cruelty, you're not alone. And sometimes the bravest act you can take is to walk away. That night, when I ended the marriage I thought would last a lifetime, I didn't just lose a partner. I reclaimed my life, my dignity, and my future. If there's one lesson to take from my story, it's this: never tolerate public humiliation. Never excuse betrayal. Never surrender your self-respect for someone who doesn't value it. Life is too short to endure a marriage poisoned by disrespect. That night, I ended a marriage, but I also opened the door to a new life, one rooted in honesty, respect, and the unshakable knowledge that I will never again settle for less than I deserve.